glad to be here with all of you again this week. This is Karenisms, and it is Monday before Thanksgiving in the United States. And, you know, I have to tell you, and I say it all the time, one of the things I'm thankful for is my dear friend Jace. Jace, come on. He's like, do I have to? Hey,
Hi
Jace,
there.
I see no photo of you.
There we
There
go.
you are, that bright, handsome face. So you were telling me you got to spend time with our friend AJ for the weekend. How was that?
Yes, so all good. We have a very productive weekend. It's those one of the weekends that I always look forward to do. So yeah, the weekend was great. How was your weekend?
My weekend was marvelous. I had a lot of fun. We got all of our lights put up, and they're not for the holidays. These are year round lights. And we've got them all up, and they change colors. So no matter what the holiday is, we can change the color to match it. And so they're permanent. I like that. Yay!
That's
Permanent decoration lights. Because I hate taking them up and down. And I'm one of those people that really in the United States, many people go straight from Halloween to Christmas and they skip Thanksgiving.
yeah,
And Thanksgiving's important. It's an important time to remember those that you love and those things that you're grateful for. And people just tend to skip right over it because they're excited for the holidays. Now, I tell you what, nobody gets more excited for Christmas than I do. It's not the presents, it's the decorations. I see a Santa, I go nuts. Darwin's always, I'm like, I want that. And he's like, Karen, you have nowhere to put another Santa. Um, and, you know, it's fun. And it doesn't matter what country I've lived in. Christmas has been a fun time there in that country. Malaysia, uh, Ecuador, I mean, anywhere. And so I love Christmas, but I really, really think it's important that we stop and celebrate Thanksgiving in between. So I felt kind of guilty getting up those lights because it was like, but they're Christmas lights. But no, they're not. They are holiday lights. And so they have been an orangish red for Thanksgiving, the fall colors.
yeah.
So I can feel better about having those lights up. So tell me, are you getting ready and prepared for your holiday season?
Yeah, so Thanksgiving, for some reasons it's an event that kind of faded away with Filipino culture. So it's not something that we celebrate anymore. But the good thing about the Philippines, and we always say this, is that Christmas in the Philippines start at September. So we have one of the longest celebrations of Christmas, and it's something that we always look forward to.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that would like to take that in and celebrate that way. And I'm one of them, but we want to remember Thanksgiving too. Want to remember to be thankful.
Yeah.
Well, I want to do an interactive session today. And instead of just going over everything that we can be thankful for, and that I mean, there's so much I am thankful for. I want to stop and reflect on how we know that there are things to be grateful for. And the big thing in that is you got to have adversity. And you and I know what adversity is, but if you don't have adversity, well, my mom, one of her sayings, and I'm quoting mom all the time, I know, but she says kites rise against the wind,
Yeah.
which means that unless you've got some adversity, the wind pushing against you, you're not going to get to that greatest height that kites are intended to be at. And if we had no adversity, we wouldn't know what to be grateful for because we wouldn't understand that what we have is special. And so it's good that we have some adversity in life. And adversity doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. I mean, it could just be a difference, it could be a change, it could be, I mean, just something different. Then we can appreciate more what we have. So That being said, I'm going to talk about what adversities you need for, and then I have an activity that I want everybody to do. And Jace, I want you to do this activity too. So um I and you know we all know I'm dealing with cancer. Okay. That's an adversity. But because of that, I have become more grateful for some of the little things I didn't notice beforehand. I've become more grateful for my Diet Mountain Dew. Okay, and that's not true. I'm always grateful for that. Um, but, little things, your health, other people's health, energy, um, the food choices that you have, those kinds of things, I'm more grateful for. But it's not just big things like that. Sometimes we have regrets, and I have an activity that we do for New Year's Eve that I want to actually do for Thanksgiving for this week, or for this week's show. But what it is that you take a piece of paper and you write down all the things that you regret from the last year. And it might be, I regret that I didn't eat better. I regret that I didn't smile at that person when they needed a smile. I regret that somebody yelled at me. I regret, these are regrets. These are not things to harbor, not things to wallow in, not things to whine about, but things that have happened that you wish hadn't. Okay, so write down all of your regrets and take all of those regrets. And I'm just going to take out my paper here. I had written a bunch of them down. And oh, how funny. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but I apparently hit the note taking button and it read back everything I said to me. So I've got some of my regrets I've written down, and I scribbled over the last couple of weeks to do them. But once you get your regrets, go ahead and fold them. And I don't have an envelope here, but get an envelope. Pretend I have one. Oh, maybe I do. All right. So you get your regrets and write them down. And while I'm fiddling with getting an envelope, you can keep writing your regrets. And remember, regrets are not always horrible things. Again, it can just be, I regret that when that car cut in front of me the other day, that I didn't just let him in. And instead, I was a little annoyed that they cut in front of me. Well, why would I regret that I was a little annoyed they cut in front of me? That's annoying. Because you know what? I don't know what kind of day they were having. Okay, I got my envelope. My regrets are in there. See that? Once you get those regrets written down, put them in an envelope. Seal the envelope. Oh, nasty taste. Seal your envelope. You all heard it sealing up with my mic. All tap tap. And set them aside. Now what I want you to do is take out a new piece of paper, and I want you to write down at least 100, but for this exercise, 10 things that you're grateful for that include other people having done. And I got to move all of my apparatuses from around here because they're in the way. 10 things you're grateful for. Like I'm grateful for my doctors. And a sub gratitude there is that they really stopped and took the time to explain things to me. So I've written that the doctors is one. I'm not counting the subs as one. I'm just going to count that. I'm grateful for my husband and the diet that he is helping me be on for health. I am grateful for all three of my children, but I am especially grateful to my one wonderful son who tunes in every week regardless of what's going on in his life, and supports me with my shows no matter what. So, Sunshine, I love you and I'm grateful for you. So I'm writing down here sun, S-O-N, shine, S-H-I-N-E. Yes, I spelled it sun, not as in the sky, but as in child. Sunshine. And I'm grateful for him, especially for tuning in and just knowing that he loves me. Um, I'm grateful for the other two children too. My daughter, she calls me every single day, several times a day. My other son, cutest kids in the world, and they keep me informed on what's going on in their lives and follow up. So I'm grateful for those things. Okay, so you can list all kinds of people in events. I'm grateful that I did a mastectomy. Or not a mastectomy, excuse me, a mammogram. I knew what I meant. I'm grateful I did a mammogram because if I hadn't have, I wouldn't have found out that I had cancer. So, I'm grateful for the mammogram. Okay, so now I've done that. Now I want to go back through and say what I'm grateful for about me. So I've done the outside world. So 10 things. I really only listed 5, but we'll pretend. And I'll go back and finish this up. But I want you to list 10 things about you you're grateful for. About me, what 10 things? Holy cats, are there 10 things? Well, yeah, I'm grateful that I can still smile. Okay, so I'm grateful that I can smile and that I do smile. I'm grateful that I have a positive outlook on life. See, and I'm writing these down. That's why it's taken so long. I'm grateful that I have hope. I'm grateful that I have faith. I'm grateful that I have a sense of gratitude for helping others. And an example of that is I'm grateful that I can help my mom. Every time I put her compression socks on her, I think how lovely that I have the opportunity to help with this. And a couple of years ago, I couldn't have done that. But I said to myself, if I have the opportunity to serve, which I have the opportunity, that I'm going to serve with a pure heart and with a happy heart and be grateful that I can serve. Because when you're serving others, you really have put yourself in a position of serving yourself. And that sounds kind of self-serving, no pun intended. But the more you help other people out, it's amazing. The closer you become to your heart and in your goals, in your purpose in life. And so it's always important to help other people out. But anyway, list the 10 things you're grateful for that are kind of external, and then the 10 things about yourself that you're grateful for. And then pick out 3 or 4 of those and put them on a piece of nice paper, which I don't have one here right now. Put it on a Post-it note or on a piece of nice paper, something, and hang it where you see it all the time. And remember those gratitudes all the time. And then these regrets, these are things that, I regret that my mammogram came out positive for cancer. Okay, I regret that. I don't regret it necessarily as much as I wish I hadn't have. And that with the regrets also is just, I wish it hadn't have. So put that in there. And then take this outside into the driveway or into a big metal trash can and light them on fire and let them blow away. You've addressed and identified those things that you regret. There's no point in wallowing over those anymore. And then you've identified the things that you're grateful for, and that's where you want to focus. You don't pretend the regrets never happened. You face them, you acknowledge them, and you process them, and then you let them go away. And then you can truly take the gratitude that's left over and be thankful for the things that remain. And so that is my help and tip and goal for me, but hopefully for you as well this week. Jace, what do you think? Are you going to be able to come up with all those and burn those regrets and post those gratitudes and thankfulness?
Yes. So, I was able to list down 10 things that I'm grateful for. I wasn't able to list down regrets because I did not have a paper with me. But now that I have them in my mind, so yeah, I will
Or
do
you can
that.
go back and it's therapeutic to write them down.
Yeah.
So you write them down, and as you write them down, you ask yourself, is this life altering? And sometimes it's yes, and sometimes it's no, it was just annoying. And sometimes it was, that was really traumatic. But you got to write them down, acknowledge them, and give them the attention that they are due, but don't give them more attention than they are due. So yes, write them all down.
I will write them after we finish our life. So
Yay! Did you write down the things about you that you're grateful for in addition to the external things?
yes, so I was able to write five external and five internal. So
Awesome. And you're going to post them, right?
yes,
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. Well, again, I say it every week, but I mean it sincerely from the bottom of my heart. And I want to make sure you know every week that I'm grateful for you and what you do. I am blessed to have wonderful people in my life, and you are among the top of those wonderful people that are in my life. So I want to thank you for that, and remind everybody. What do we want to remind them of, Jace? To join us.
so we are reminding everyone to join us. That is every Monday for Karenisms. That is 1 p.m. EST, 10 a.m. Pacific, and also Power Surge every Wednesday where we have very wonderful guests, and that is also 1 p.m. EST and 10 a.m. Pacific.
You see how good you did that. And I want to take a moment again to tell all of you that I am so thankful for your prayers and your love and your gratitude, that you share with me about other things in your life. And a week from today, we'll have something on here playing, but I will be in surgery at this hour next week during the Karenism time. And I appreciate all your love and prayers that you've been sending my way. And I will physically be live on again in a few more weeks, but we'll have some recorded Karenisms for you the next few. That being said, mwah, mwah, love you, Chase. Love you, all of you guys. Ciao for now.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for watching this episode of Karenisms. If you found anything interesting, entertaining, or useful, please be sure and hit the like button. Now, to find out more about me, my coaching, events, or even resources, go to drkarenperkins.com. Again, that's Dr. Dr. Karen, Karen, Perkins, Perkins.com. And if you haven't already, subscribe.